Yankees take the lead in the American League Championship Series, winning Game 1 over the Guardians. We're going to talk all about it. We're going to talk some Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
I'll get the chat.
Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from YouTube by News. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. We got producer BBD in the corner. The Yankees win Game 1 over the Guardians. It was a nice win, Jake. We were live streaming. We watched it. We're going to digest it, talk about it. Jake's going to burn it for you, for those that missed it, forgot what happened. And then we'll give our 3 to 6 players of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the best storylines, some of the upcoming storylines.
And some decisions and changes we think they may or they should make for Game 2. All that coming up after the break.
It's really good. No break.
No break.
Like kind of though. It was funny. Our resident Padre fan Ryan Cohen, who's been helping with our social media during the games, he's like, I feel like I've seen the same Yankee game 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was very similar to the Royals Game 1.
No need. I mean, we could get a couple more runs.
Still waiting for Judge to pop.
That could be nice.
Yeah.
It was okay tonight.
Yeah, but no pop.
Soto and Giancarlo homered.
Bum, brum, brum.
Interesting.
Let's burn it.
Okay.
Let's burn this, baby. I said I'm going to burn it down. I said it was an electrical fire.
The Cleveland Guard Dogs rolled into town looking to mix up a little Cobb salad on the mound with veteran Alex and that strong, handsome bullpen as the Yankees and Carlos Rodon their chase for 28. S-O-T-O, Soto. Childish Bambino opens up the scoring. It's 1-0 in the third. Joey Cantillo can't strike-o. 2 runs on wild pitches. It's 3-0 Yanks. The judge with a court-mandated sac fly. 4-0. Pinocchio Rocchio is a real boy. Solo homer for the kid, but that was Rodon's only blemish. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 9 Ks, 1 earned run. Hit the music and hit the lights. Giancarlo, let the rhythm take you over, Giancarlo. Te quiero. Moonshot homers, 5-1. Tim Hill was not chill, neither was the Yanks D, as Rich Homie Kwan sends one more Cleveland's way. But that be it. Rodon to Holmes to Hill to Dreamweaver. Yanks take Game 1, 5-2 final.
What do you think will be your lasting memory of this game? Do you think you'll have one?
I think I'd have more of a memory if I went to SeatGeek and I went to the game.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Joe's McFly, eye in the sky.
If I use code Yanks15, 15% off any tickets at SeatGeek. Whether you're a new customer or not, no matter how many times you've bought tickets using SeatGeek before, Yanks15 is going to save you an extra 15% off your next order. Hello? Yanks15, open up your SeatGeek app or download it now. 15% off your next order. There's a link in the description.
Dude, I think it might be Naylor behind the plate.
Oof.
And Castillo.
Woof.
Cantillo.
Antillo.
That was.
Can't strike go.
Or Stanton looking at the dugout going.
Yankees playoff games, you got Joey Cantillo going in. He can't strike-o.
What was that?
I don't know. It was bizarre. It made Wells' defense look amazing. Not that Wells' bad at defense, but Naylor behind the dish, that was brutal, which is why I said it was similar to Game 1 versus the Royals. They got a lot of runs, but a lot of them didn't come off hits. Yeah. I mean, that inning, Soto homers, and then I think it's 4 walks with 2 wild pitches.
Yes.
Like, that is crazy. You can't hit what's out of the zone.
Right.
But I want more big hits.
Yeah, I will defend the Yankees because I do think you and I, we get on the Yankees like, hey, there's sometimes you need the hits to go. Like, the whole 21 season when they were walking Judge and G and like it's double play central, like pitch around Voit. Why are we talking about them? Like Cobb and Cantillo, they weren't pitching at a certain point. Like, it wasn't like, hey, I need you to go get one here. It was just like, oh, my God. Like, Cobb was on his way sprinting out of the game. Cantillo didn't want to be in the game. Bad combination for the guards.
What was I going to say? So we said in the pregame show and on the series that the starters, this game is the starters, right? Their bullpen gives up 2 runs. Pedro Avila really shut him down for 2.2, kind of bored the game to death. They had some hard hit balls, and we didn't even see their ace bullpen, their best bullpen. But when the starters came off the mound, Cobb lasted 2.2. He wasn't built to last longer than that. But they pushed 3 across off of him. Rodon pitches 6 and 1 across off him. So they did the job, just not like I thought it would be a little more daggerly, like a little more. And if you count Cantillo, who only got 1 out,
right,
that's 4 runs there before they went into their like late bullpen, which they never really did. But that is the formula. So I'm happy with it. The pitching side of the Yankees is where everything is amazing. Like, so fun to talk about.
Yeah, that's where, Talkin Yanks probably shouldn't start with Bo Naylor. It should probably start with Carlos Rodon, who, the Guardians' numbers versus lefties, Rodon's first playoff start, the funny business that is October, or at least Octobers have passed, the Davey Happ. Carlos Rodon came in and was nasty, clearly working extra to bottle his emotions, and he used that on the mound. And this was the guy, when the Carlos Rodon signing came out, this is who we thought we were getting. Nasty strikeouts. Guys swinging at pitches that were bouncing before the plate because his slider is such a wipeout slider. You knew it was coming. Like, that was a traditional... People want the traditional old starting pitcher back. That's what this was.
Yeah.
This was, hey, there's 2 strikes. You're going to get a slider down, and you're probably going to chase it, even though you know. And Luke Weaver did a little bit of that later as well, that Rodon controlled this game.
He had a 69% whiff percentage, 69 whiff percentage on his slider.
Historic.
He had 25 swings and misses in the entire game, which is the most any Yankees pitcher has had in a postseason game ever. So that's good. And he was completely emotionless and calm and not going crazy, which is good. Kudos to him. A lesson needed to be learned, and he learned it right away. He's like, okay, I need to do this different. Oh, I watched Cole. This, yep, easy peasy. Didn't celebrate even after he got out of the 6th inning, I don't think.
No, he's got a little meathead learning to him. I burnt my hand. Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
It's almost like, batters bat flip, and that's fun in the game. Like, I wonder if any part of him was like, what? I can't celebrate strikeouts? I thought we were, and they're like, no, dude, it's not about that. It's about like keeping your adrenaline down and your like control. It's not about the celebration.
He almost took the Giancarlo quotes you've been liking too seriously, that he's like, yeah, every pitch is more intense. Like, I'm more fun. I'm lit right now. And it was like, no, not for you, pal. We got to keep that bottled up. He was awesome.
And then you got Clay. He comes out for his lane.
I want to get away from this game for a second.
Okay.
Dude, the Rodon start is massive.
Yeah.
They don't want to see Rodon. He was like one of the biggest Yankees question marks coming into this series. Now, they don't want to see Rodon again.
Yeah.
Like, in this series, he was one of the Yankees question marks. If you have the Yankees with World Series aspirations, I said it, like, if Rodon shoves tonight, the Yankees World Series odds just got like a lot more real.
Yeah. He only gave up 3 hits. And the Rocchio homer was it was a 2-2 pitch, and he just was like, the innings before that, The third inning, he threw 10 pitches, 1, 2, 3, I think. Maybe there was a hit, there was a runner on. The fourth inning, he threw 10 pitches. The fifth inning, he threw 11 pitches. Now, two of those were 1, 2, 3. One of them, he gave up a hit. But he was just whatever he wanted to do happened. And he gets to the sixth inning, and Rocchio, he's got him in a 2-2. And he's in a little bit of bravado, like, I'm going to throw a fastball. And he just tried to pump a 2-2 fastball. And Rocchio was like, nah. Which was like, good, okay.
Right.
And credit to Boone for letting Rodon. It was a 4-1 game. Letting Rodon finish that inning. That was the bottom of the order coming up. Or did he end with Quan there? Did he get Quan at the end?
Rocchio was in the 9 hole that was with 0 outs.
Oh, so it flipped to the top.
Yeah.
So credit to Boone for letting him stay in, I thought, because I would get someone up right away.
He got Clay up.
He did, but let him see if he can stay in control and get through that. He gets Quan to ground out on 3 pitches, 3 different pitchers. He introduced the cutter pretty quickly. And then got Fry to fly out. Was that the one Judge tracked down? No, that was to Soto. And then Judge tracked down the J-Ram ball, which was a 9-pitch at bat where he really he ended on 298 or 97 mile per hour fastballs. But I like that Boone let him do that, and I like that he overcame it because it was almost like if the home run happened and then Boone took him out, it would have been like, so we still don't think he can like bounce back after a blemish. But no, we let him do that. Boone let him do that, and it worked out. So I'm very pleased throughout with the Rodon start. It's huge.
Battles back from down 3-0 versus Fry and does the reverse with J-Ram. He's up 0-2. J-Ram battles back. And, you know, we were talking about how it's funny, you know, some of these Yankees pitchers don't have to think when they pitch, like Clay Holmes, sinker, and you get 2 surprise sliders. Like, that's it. You know, he pitched in that J-Ram at bat. He threw 3 changeups, 2 sliders, 4 fastballs. So, like, he was in it, and, I mean, he technically wins that at bat. And it's, you know, Judge was picking him up and putting him down pretty good out there.
Yeah, Judge was active in center.
It was a big night for Judgy. Huge night for Rodon. And, yeah, I cut you off when I started going big picture because I've been thinking big picture. Clay Holmes, another clean sheet.
Yeah, Clay comes in versus you got Lane Thomas, Naylor, Josh Naylor, and then they pinch hit Manzardo for Noel. They emptied their bench. They pinch hit Manzardo for Noel. They pinch hit the other guy for Fry. Not for Fry.
Yeah, they did a double move. They pinch hit Brennan for Fry.
And Hedges for Naylor.
And then Schneeman came in for Manzardo.
Yes.
Daniel Schneeman.
It's a crazy name. Clay gets a ground out to Glaber, a line out, and then a battle with the pinch hitter Manzardo, and used all his pitches. I don't think Clay's thrown 4 different pitches in an at bat this season. In that at bat, it was an 8-pitch at bat to Manzardo. Clay went sinker, sweeper, sinker, 4-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, sweeper, 4-seam sweeper. So 2 different fastballs, 2 different sliders.
Busting out all the tricks.
Yeah.
October ball.
And got him with a 3-2 inside sweeper. It was like a nice 3-2 pitch.
Really nice pitch.
Yeah. 3-2 pitch over the course of the season was Clay's like Achilles heel, if you remember, because batters knew he was going to be in the zone, and his pitches were, you just put him in play. So, yeah. Then Hill comes in, and he gives up 3 hits. They had 6 hits in the game. They got 3 off. They got 3 off Rodon over the course of his 6 innings, and then they got 3 off Hill over the course of his 0.1. But 1 Rizzo should have had.
Yes.
Went under his glove.
Potential double play ball.
Yeah, and you had that interference. On that ball, I don't know if you can assume the double play.
Can't assume it, but
it was there.
If he fields that cleanly and throws the second well, we're not surprised.
And my question is, and I don't know if Boone's answered this yet, why did Hill get that lane instead of Kahnle? And, you know, there's a couple potential answers there. One is Kahnle is banged up, wanted to give Kahnle a day. And I don't know if he's answered this yet. The other is it's a long series. They have a lot of lefties. We're going to need more than Kahnle versus their lefty lane. So I wanted to get Tim in there and see how it went. And it went all right.
Yeah.
Rizzo just needs to get that ball.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Hill makes you put the ball in play. And tonight it wasn't super pretty. He has one of the weirder pitcher being an athlete plays you'll see. Even the way he was running to cover first. I don't want to be rude to Tim Hill, but didn't look pretty. And then he gets in a wrestling match with Rocchio twice at first base. Again, the gift that is Luke Weaver makes a lot of everything just go away. So, interested to see the Kahnle update because you could see that going either way. I guess I'm a little glass half full on it just from the perspective of like what we saw the Yankees do with their bullpen, like Clay only threw his sinker to start in the Royal Series, and then later in the series he started adding his sweeper more. Luke Weaver was like only fastballs to the Royals, and then he started throwing his changeup more. That I do think the Yankees, whether it's past experience going back to that like what was it, the 2019 team that burnt out their bullpen, like I think they're managing their my assumption is they're trying to manage their bullpen for what could be a long series in a game that they were in control of. But Tommy Kahnle, that would be tough news if it goes the other way.
I think it's got to be that. It doesn't even look like anyone's asked him or anything. And Hill could have got it done if Rodon snags that. But also, you're going to be saying that a lot with Tim Hill, who just throws.
Right.
He's throwing like 120 straight fastballs. He's just a fastball, a sinker, four-seam guy. But yeah, Weaver coming in, like Weaver with a clean sheet has been fine. This was, and did he have any innings like this against the Royals where he came into a mess? I'm blanking.
Might have been one, but yeah. Yeah, it was dominant. Struck out Brennan on 3 pitches. Welcome to the game, pinch hitter. And then J-Ram, man. And it was kind of beautiful. Like he missed with an up and in 4-seamer that almost hit him. And then he throws a changeup that looked juicy because it started middle. And J-Ram weakly taps it to second. And Glaber looked super clean fielding.
Yeah. All right, in the first game against the Royals, he entered the 8th with 2 out and a runner on first. And in the second game against the Royals, Weaver entered the 9th with 2 out. Well, he came into Bobby Witt. That was the Bobby Witt, like they were losing. And then in the 5-out save in the 3rd, 1 out, no one on. And then the 4th was just a no out 9th. So this was the biggest mess he inherited. He had to get 2 outs, and he had 2 runners on, and 1 was on third.
Yeah, I'll be interested to say. I mean, it's where the Guardians are really interesting. Like the lane that Tim Hill came into was Austin Hedges pinch hitting for Bo Naylor.
Mm-hmm.
Either way there. Jimenez, who's a lefty and has struggled at the plate recently. And then it's Rocchio, who has been playing well these playoffs, but not a super threat. And then it's Quan, that maybe their thought process was just like, hey, we've got a 4-run lead. Tim Hill is going to limit the damage worst case. And then if it gets to the meat, we'll just press the weave button.
If it's a 2-0 lead, do you think it's Kahnle? And is that an okay difference for you?
If it was a 2-0 game, in my head, Tim Hill wouldn't be in the game.
In my head as well, it would be Kahnle. I think I accept that because it's a long series and they have lefties and you got to see what Hill's got. So, yeah. He did drop the ball in the bullpen, which you warned about. Pitchers got to stop dropping balls on the mound. I don't think they realize that.
You're down.
Yeah. The Yankees Glaber had 2 hard hit balls. Soto had 2 hard hit balls. Judge had 2 hard hit balls. Wells had 1. I don't remember it. Stan had 3 in the homer. Jazz had 1 hard hit ball. Don't remember it. Volpe had 1. Rizzo had 1, his single. Verdugo had 1. It's a nice single. Jazz and Volpe 0 and Wells 0. And those are still the question marks. We'll get to the players of the game after this. Or should we do that now? Because this kind of leads into next game for me. This combo is like,
yeah, let's do it a little bit because I think there's some next game combos, and I don't know. I don't want to get the people too hyped, but I'm pretty hype after what I just saw tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And part of that is also new partner alert, people, and this is something you guys know I care significantly about. It's SKIMS. That's right. SKIMS. If you're not familiar, my friend Kim reached out. She's pretty familiar with the company. And said, hey, I heard that you care about what you're putting on your downstairs. And I said, I sure do. I mean, some valuable material down there, even though it's limited.
I'm wearing SKIMS right now.
SKIMS can make you feel more confident, more comfortable. And when I found out, again, I was like, whoa, Kim, let's be careful with this. This is my goods. Gave him a run, and yeah, they passed the test. And it's kind of that time of year when it's hot out and it's cold out, so you need kind of balance, equilibrium down there. And SKIMS has provided that for me. They've got different kind of fabrics. They've got the boxer brief here. What else do I got? The stretch going on. Whatever you like, or maybe you think you like. SKIMS has it, and maybe there's stuff you don't even know about yet. Go check it out at skims.com. You might not even know that they're in the men's game. They sure are, big time. Let them know we sent you after you place your order. Select podcast in the survey, and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. So there's a link in the description, www.skims.com/Yanks. Yep. Yes, sir.
How?
Hey, Kim. Hey.
Stars of the game.
Right.
Easy first one. Right? Easy number one star of the game.
I think so.
I'd like to think we can all agree on this one.
Carlos
Rodon.
Yeah. That was ace stuff, man.
First, what's his line? What's his final line? 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run.
The most swing and misses in a start in Yankees history since 2008.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
That we know of. It could be.
That we
it could
know
be,
of.
It
It
could
could
be
be
1980.
ever. Bob Shockey.
Could be ever.
I almost said something mean.
Oh.
Glad I didn't. Star
After
number
that,
2.
Now, I don't know if Weaver has
Right.
not gotten a star in a 3-game.
He'd been a star.
But I think I once again have him as a star. But I don't know. I'm open to look because there was some offense. Soto had 2 hits. He had a home run to start off Cobb, which was important. It was important. But
You need to be shy, Jim.
Weave.
Yes, dude. 1.2, 4 strikeouts, 0 hits.
And like I said, came into the toughest situation he's had to come into yet.
Jose Ramirez. And you weren't scared.
No, dude, he's fucking.
You weren't scared.
He's weaving through these guys.
What's that? Oh. No, he walked one batter as his first batter coming into the 9th. Threw 5 balls. 1 got called a strike just by a bored, tired umpire.
I have another.
After that, he was nails.
I have an interesting suggestion.
I'll listen to it, but I think I'm locked in on my 3rd.
Okay. I'd toss a vote Rizzo's way
I understand why you're doing that.
for what he did to that kid.
It's expectations a little bit, and he tortured a young pitcher on the mound, and it was literally exactly why we were like, he should be on this team.
His presence in the box sometimes is a lot. But you're going to go Soto? Judge? Stanton?
He did it again.
He's awesome.
It's the insurance run. It's rude to Soto, who gets the party started in the first run in a playoff game. Massively important, but Stanton did it again, and his 2 fly ball outs didn't miss by much.
Hey, it was 14 feet blowing in, too.
He is full engaged, for this series.
Yeah. Announced himself.
You know?
Yo, he's awesome.
He's nuts. Are they going to move him up in the lineup? No.
Well, who pitches tomorrow for them? Is it Bybee?
Bybee.
So it's a righty. I think Boone said Rizzo will be in there. He said that he came out of this game in the 9th inning because he was physically and emotionally spent.
Sure. Same.
I mean, yeah, that seems drastic.
Hasn't played in a while.
9 games.
It's a lot of words.
That
Why didn't he just say it was his first game in a while?
I don't know. He's being honest. That play at first that went under his glove kind of fell on his arm there, or his arms. Not the arm that got hurt. And then that ball that he hit, maybe that stung his hands. It's cold. I don't know. So there you go. No, what I was getting at was I think Rizzo might be in the 4-hole. I think they need to get Wells out of there.
Yeah.
I think Wells is really struggling, and I think it takes some weight off of him if they move him down out of the 4-hole. I do like righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty. I do. I'm in favor of it. I do not want to stack Judge and Stanton. I think it allows us so many more good opportunities versus relief pitchers down the stretch.
Yeah.
It makes the opposing manager have to use his relief pitchers in a more creative way. So I am in favor of leaving Stanton in the 4 or Stanton in the 5. I think he hopefully comes up with guys on base. If this gets like crazy, eventually they're never going to do this, but you could think about moving Stanton and Judge if they continue in this path, because Judge has come up 3 times out of 5 with 2 runs. I know they're never going to do it.
Never.
But think of all the guys Judge has had on base.
Yeah.
And how good Stanton is with runners on base, especially when he's locked in. I know they're not going to do it, but hey, in World Series you do crazy shit. Or World Series runs you do stuff.
Yeah, it's
But I think Rizzo and Wells should be moved.
Again, for now, everything's glass half full. The Yankees have played 5 playoff games. They've won 4 of them. Judge's at bats tonight looked okay. He got screwed on a 1-1 splitter call in the first inning. That literally the difference between 2-1 and 1-2, that's insanity. And it was a bad call. It's not like Yankee fan, he could have called that. No, it was just a miss. They're going to leave Judge there. I think more so for Wells' sake that you could slide him down, and that's okay. And I'm okay with sliding Jazz down, too. Do a lefty flopperino, man. Send Rizzo up. Worst case, if he's just got to stand on the plate, that take a little pressure off Wellesley. I know he's a man, but this is his first playoffs or playoffs. And Jazz, dude, Jazz at bats are brutal.
Yeah. He looked cold to be
he did look
very
cold.
honest.
Yeah.
He looked like he looked like Cool Runnings cold.
Well, dude, and
he looked chilly.
He's Rodon.
He's not his skills, his body temperature. He looked like cold.
He's trying to do way too much. You can almost predict, here comes one of the biggest swings you'll see tonight. And it's that's not how you get out of a slump. So, I think Jazz slides down, or I would love if they moved Rizzo up, slide down the other 2 lefties just to take a little bit of the juice off of them. God, it would be hilarious if Doogie had a 2-double game tomorrow and the Yankees are tempted to slide him up just to almost taste themselves a little more.
He was cleanup hitter. Hey, I have to say this though. Judge, Wells, Jazz, Volpe, Verdugo, Wells, all haven't been banging it around that much. Right. They have all played very well defensively.
Yeah.
Jazz had a ball to his left today, made a nice move. I don't know if Volpe had many balls today at all. Did they hit any to shortstop?
No, it was first ball of the game.
They are, I did say that on the series preview, the least amount of balls by any team hit to the left side of the infield.
Sure.
But Judge tracked down a bunch. Wells looked good behind the dish on balls in the dirt, and he called a great game with Rodon.
Yeah, I guess in hindsight, Rodon, fly ball pitcher, a lot of the action was Verdugo, Judge, Soto.
Did Verdugo have many?
I think he had 2. I feel like I can picture 2. Soto had 3, I think.
Soto had because he kept dropping his hand warmer, which was fun to watch.
And I think for the future of this series watch, they've got Bybee tomorrow. Let's see what that looks like. Cleveland needs length from him, although they didn't deploy their A pen today, so it's a yes and a no. Cole, obviously. But if Jazz looks bad tomorrow, I do think against Boyd on Game 3 that John Birdie or Oswaldo could be back in play. Just to even give Jazz a breath for a minute, like left on left. Dude, his playoff batting average right now is 105. Like,
no, it doesn't look good.
That I almost be like, hey, Jazz, we're gonna start these guys. You're gonna come in. They're gonna bring in righties. You're gonna come into this game and like just don't worry about it for 3 innings. Because he's trying to do way too much offensively right now.
Volpe had not Volpe. Soto had 4 catches. Judge had 3, and they really ran him around. And Verdugo had 2, it looks like. Shallow. So Verdugo never went deep. And then they had 2 balls hit to like shortstop. One was the single off Tim Hill, and the other was Jazz coming across. And then they had 4 balls hit to the right side. Damn. That adds up to the scouting report. They put the ball in play to the right side.
How do you like that? Yeah.
So tomorrow versus the righty. Yeah, if they don't make changes here, I think then they're kind of stuck. So I think they should use the opportunity early in the series to say, hey, let's just float some different lineup out there with the lefties. Because you need to change something. The offense really hasn't. I know they pushed 5 across, but they got 2 off wild pitches.
Right. Yeah, and it almost feels like, and again, this shouldn't be shots fired at Wells, but like it's almost like the 2 kids in class that are causing trouble. Like right now, you need to split up Judge and Wells.
Yeah.
Like right now, Wells and Jazz have like the best student in class between them, so like they're covered. But yeah, you just need, I think a little shake would be fine. If the lineup comes out tomorrow and it's the same thing, I'll shrug and say,
I'll shrug with you.
Like either way, Wells or Jazz, you got to take better at bats. So,
boom.
I'm all in. Tonight was a big one for me.
All right.
Like, fuck them.
I'll sweep them.
I'm open to it.
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow, obviously with Cole, and I've been talking about it. I think they match up really well against Bybee. I think that they will be not shy to use their good bullpen, which I'm excited to see. They didn't really use their good pen today, but with the off day and just like if they're in a close game tomorrow, which I'm excited to see their good bullpen. I don't know if Weave's going to be available tomorrow. Maybe for a traditional. I don't know. It's just
for a clean.
It's racking up a little bit.
I'd assume if they feel they need him, he's going to be available, but you'd like to avoid him.
With Clark going, I know you get the off day, but Clark going, you got to have other guys available. So I don't know. I'm interested to see that, but I feel good about this series because the Guardians didn't really have much offensively.
Yeah, it's maybe this is Yankee fans finding their final stage again, but like honestly, my biggest question, that's obnoxious. My question for tomorrow is Cole. Just in the fact of like, don't have one of the random Cleveland lefties clip you for the solo homer, like a Will Brennan or some shit like that you just left a fastball middle and he homers. And then the one at bat in the 5th inning when J-Ram comes up with 2 runners on or Quan comes up with 2 runners on, don't play with your food. Like that's, I think, I'm not saying Cole is the question mark tomorrow because that's insane, but I feel really good about the bullpen right now.
You got to win the Cole starts. I need the offense to click. To feel,
and it's like the offense has been doing okay without clicking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think that they haven't been doing
like who's hot? Giancarlo.
Yeah, you look around like all the NL series with like deep lineups. They're like they have games where they bang. Like the Yanks haven't.
Right, but that's because they've had holes where, like,
Exactly.
if you clog one of those, the Yankees bang. You clog one of the Yankees' holes today, they put up 8.
Yeah, but they haven't done that yet.
Right, but I'm saying, like, they're going
It's
to.
like it just takes one more guy.
I need to see it.
You're gonna.
I think we'll see it tomorrow. But I thought we were going to see it today. They can't keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more runs.
Anyway, what I was getting at was Heel is a big difference maker.
Hopefully.
Do they have a fourth pitcher? You know, if we're talking about this series, rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, that becomes one of the just blind question marks.
I mean, dude, if Heel.
He could be a massive asset the rest of the way. This could be the last time we see him in the postseason. We'll get to game 4.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to match your confidence. I still need to see more on the first 2 road games. But Stan's the best.
Road dogs, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Guardians.
74-40 with Stanton starting.
I'd like to see what Cole does tomorrow because
Little starting pitcher passed the torch.
in game 1 versus the Royals, it was like, oh, okay, Salvi and Yuli are going to be thorns. We have to be careful there. I got nothing. I have no read on like, okay, who's going to be a thorn.
Quan was kind of Quan tonight.
Yeah, but deep at bats and singles, like that's
Right.
not. That
Expected
doesn't.
that.
Yeah. That's great if that's what we're holding him to. If that's the biggest thorn in the lineup.
Sure.
So we'll see. People might announce themselves. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just Cole. See you guys. See you tomorrow, 8 p.m.
Live stream right here.
Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.